Can you burn them off or not? That was one of my hopes last episode. But it doesn't change Freaking the Frog. Hi everyone, my name is Mimi and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be reacting to Hell's Paradise, Season 1, Episode 9, Gods and People. Last episode made me upset. I think I had one of the shortest discussions ever because I didn't really want to talk. After they killed Tensa, who I really liked, and I just those Tensen people ugh, whatever. That's what happened last episode. And before we get into this one, if you guys like my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/feelingmini. And now let's start this episode. And here we go.
Okay guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comments in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review.
That is so true. I feel like Gabimaru's nah. Exactly. I felt like he just wants to go. I mean, he just seeing the way everybody else just like lackadaisical, maybe a little bit. They're sleeping, not caring. Not gonna say not caring, but he has a focus and he's just seeing them sleeping. Like, can we just go? And he went. I wonder how many of these Tensen people are there on this island. Did you reach Horai? They praying? Uh-huh. Mm. She's following him? If you could kill this dude, that would be awesome. Well, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Can you burn them off or not? That was one of my hopes last episode. But it doesn't change Freaking the Frog. I guess not. I got my hopes up for a little bit. Oh, that's the glowy hand thingy. that May did. Wait, did his feet just glow? Did you find something?
その身体能力お前無自覚だろうが多分いやどうでもいいか
It's probably what, like one of them. See, that's the thing that made it. Is May gonna jump in there? Because I know she was. Let me make sure that that's actually her name. Yeah, May. Please kill her. I feel like they can regenerate. She can regenerate again or something.
どうしようまた怒られるあいつにまた
Turn it into flowers? What the heck is this?
化け物と対峙するのは初めてじゃなかろう。ならば今までと同じ。
Damn. Oh no, that just reminded me of Final Fantasy when you're like on the like facing a boss and you're about to defeat them. Like their HP comes down to the like a low level, and then they're like, "Ugh," and then they transform, and it's like their very next attack, you're dead or something. That's what that felt like to me. Hi. I'm saying Final Fantasy because that's usually the only game that I play. Uh,
これは本当に現実なのか。まるで悪夢を見ているようだ。
目を覚ました
Flashback no Jutsu.
そうか、
No, it wasn't.
夢か。
No, it wasn't.
出たのですねここのところお忙しそうでしたし今日くらい休養なさってはどうですか菊のお茶です悪夢を払う効用があると聞いて
夢だとしても、君と話せたことが嬉しくて。
何をおっしゃってるの
Okay. You know it's not a dream.
ごめん。もしかしたら、
No, you will. You'll make it home.
ごめん。もしかしたら、
I thought maybe he's deaf. He's being on the verge of death, and ascetic blaze will like take out this. Okay, he didn't. You're nasty, man.
メイ何のつもりだまあ過ぎたことは仕方ありません
すみませんでした。あの後すぐに彼を探したの。あの霧の中まともに進むのは不可能だ。常人なら。
Gabimaru did.
どうしたらすぐ探しに行かなくては
Don't worry, he's coming back. Or they're bringing. Is she bringing him back?
探しに行かねば。協力者が欲しい。
霧の中でもあんたならたどり着けるわけ？
可能だ。
天仙様って厄介なのがいるんでしょ？
そうだ。
天仙様って何者？そこら辺詳しく話してよ。サギリ、気になるでしょ？天仙様のこと。そうですね。気になります。
天仙様とは7人の。
But it's 7 of them.
私は断然女だな。女の体って見てて触りたくなるもん。うるさい。
俺は男がいい。調子や捜査官も性に合ってる。お盛んなのはいいことですよ。
うるさいな。
雑談は終わりだ。定例報告を始める。これまでとは様子が違うようだ。人数は少ないが個体が獰猛。多くの送信が殺された。見つけた人間たちも取り逃がし、昨夜も門の前で別の人間に苦戦。情けねえ野郎だ。しかもその姿、タオを使いすぎたようだな。
Tao. So that must be the power.
やめろジュファ。我々は家族だ。つまり私にだ。私だけがジュジンを傷つけていいんだ。瀕死にして穴に放り込んださ。今頃は花だろう。甘く見るなよ。追い詰めた昨夜の人間といい、今回は何かが違う。仮に穴から出てこられ
You made it out.
に上陸した人間も同等の力を持っていたら、かなり厄介なことになる。しっかり殺したんだろうな。
So is Zhu Jin protecting Mei? Because if he knows that she didn't kill him,
不死の存在が7人もいるのですか？
もともとは一人だったと言われている。不言状態、圧縮体で、空塾。天道を極め神になった仙人が7つに分裂した。皆同じ容貌、同じ静音。だが性格や役違う。私もお前たちと同じ姿だった。島に住む者は皆かつては人の姿。体がゆっくり木になってゆく。やがて一本の木として座禅で拝む形で大地に根付く。意識が消える寸前に皆ここに集まり、そうすれば死後魂は蓬莱へと招かれると言われている。だが皆受化した。これは私の娘。不幸なことに家族で最初に受化してしまった。
I feel like
蓬莱は魂が安息を得る終着点。天仙様は蓬莱に入る者を選別する神だ。決して逆らってはいけない。
無事であってほしい。
ここはどこだ？仙人や神などでは到底ない。正真正銘の化け物だ。神ではなく化け物ならば必ず殺す手段がある。
mm-hmm.
だが闇雲に
You were
対抗
sort of like on the verge of figuring that out at one point.
ボロ雑巾が動いたと思ったら、あの時の忍びじゃねえか。やつれてるな。やりどき。
Clearly, they haven't met any of the Tencent. They won't be like, let me kill you. What is up with these people, man? At least we got more information out of them, out of this episode. So Gabimaru was just like looking at the others, and it's like, you know what, I cannot just stay here and not do anything. I'm here to find the elixir. I need to go back to my wife, so I'm gonna go. And then, based on where they came from, the boat, and where Horai is supposed to be, he just went south and he kept going, and then he went through those praying trees, and then he came like in front of this gate. that I'm assuming should you open that gate, you're gonna go into Horai or Shisen, whatever it's called, and that's where Zhu Jin showed up. Last episode, after Tenza and the others encountered Zhu Jin, and Tenza is dead, right? And I was asking myself whether Gabimaru's ascetic blaze, since these people seem to be made of, even though they're immortal, it seems they're sort of like made of flowers and trees, and those kind of things burn. Okay, so I was hoping that his ascetic blaze would be would work against them, but it didn't. It sort of like burned Shujin's outer shell, and then she sort of like came back to being sort of like her normal self. But then as they were fighting, you see at one point you see Shujin's hand or something or whatever, something glow. And I'm like, wait, this looks like May's hands when he glowed and as she was fighting against Gabimaru. So I'm like, okay, wait, she is also doing the same. And then Gabimaru at one point also it felt like his feet was also glowing, has sort of like that similar glow at one point, and I'm like, okay, so is he also doing it? And then as they were fighting, Gabimaru was just going through all his possible attacks that could possibly work on this person, and there was one in particular that worked because she coughed up blood, and he was trying to figure out, okay, what exactly did I do and whatnot, but he didn't really figure it out, and Shujin transformed and just went like unleashed some kind of thunder power on Gabimaru, and Gabimaru was on the verge of dying, and he had this dream where he spoke to his wife, and but then he came out of the dream and he was like about to die, I guess, and then he remembered Shinobi rule number one or whatever number it is, and the chief was telling him, should he be on the verge of death, should he about to die, then he should do his absolute best to kill the person that's killing him, I guess, to take that person down with him. And then the chief was saying that he's ingrained that into him so much that it's gonna become some kind of instinct kind of thing. And yes, he became instinct, and then he unleashed this ascetic blaze, and the hands that were holding him let him down. But then the transformed version of Shujin was about to do some kind of attack, and May jumped in there and used the weird power that she has to create some kind of force field around her and Gabimaru, and the attack that happened did not reach them, and they just fell from the cliff or something or other. And Shujin was like, May, what are you doing? Something. So clearly they know about her, because if Shujin knows May, that means the others know her as well, right? But there was a moment during the fight between Gabimaru and Shujin where, after a series of attacks on Shujin, and after taking a few blows, after Gabimaru taking a few blows from her, she said something about him being something, but they didn't really go further into it. So I'm like, what does that mean? Is um Gabimaru also sort of like a huh, how about I say Tensen, but maybe he's part hermit? I don't know. I don't know. Um, the others decided to go after Gabimaru. Hoko tells them that he can take them to through the field where there was a whole lot of I say smoke, but it's not smoke. Wherever those trees were, um, he was gonna take them through that so that they can go find Gabimaru. And as they approached, and they were talking about the Tensen and him in particular, and then he said that he used to be human. And then slowly and surely they became trees, and then their final form is gonna be those praying trees that are just sort of like stuck there and not moving anymore. That's what they're gonna become, and all of that. And I'm like, I feel like they're living under this delusion or under this. Like, I feel like they've been lied to. I don't think these people are gods. Like they're thinking they're gods that can receive their souls or whatever that he was talking about. I don't think that that's what they are. I feel like these people found some kind of secret to immortality, and they're using these people, Hoku's people or whatever, as some kind of sustenance for their continued immortal life, and the humans as immortal food and all those things. But it's not like they themselves are human. I feel like they came from someplace to that island. It's sort of like monopolized it. That's what I feel. Especially also because Gabimaru, when he came in front of the gate and he's like, this is man-made. Okay. And if it's man-made, that means that the people that are there aren't really, I don't know. Like if you are these gods and you have these powers, you wouldn't need, you would just create stuff, right? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's some kind of trickery here. Yes, these people, the Tensen, are powerful, clearly, but I don't think they're immortal like we think that they are. I feel like they are immortal to a certain degree. Like if they pass a certain threshold, they're not gonna regenerate anymore. I feel like that's why they keep wanting humans. They keep wanting to turn these humans into flowers because it's gonna keep giving them this immortality that they have been living on for however many years. And should that supply be cut off, they are not gonna be immortal anymore. They may be immortal for a certain amount of time, but then after that, it's gonna be like that's it. You know, I don't think they are immortal like that. Now they just need to figure out exactly how that works. Um, Now when it comes to the Tensen themselves, they said there were seven of them. They showed them. Um, they only mentioned two names, Zhu Jin and something, the yellow haired dude that faced Chobe. Excuse me. Those two were the only names that I remember that they called out among themselves that I could write down and be like, okay, this person is this and this person is this. But then when you come to Hoko and him calling out these 7 Tensen, it was just these ridiculously long names that I'm not even gonna bother to try to write down because I'm like, no, that's not happening. And based on what Hoko was saying, they used to be one person and then sort of like divided into 7, and each 7 of them have different personalities, basically. That's what I got from them. From that, I'm guessing the leader is the one that approached the others at the table, and why not? And he's like telling the yellowed hair person that he's the only one allowed to punish or hurt Zhu Jin. Why is that? I don't know. All of them sort of like defer to that one person, it seems like. So I'm guessing he's the strongest among all of them. And I'm guessing if we go by what Hoko said, that they used to be one person, I'm guessing he's the main personality and the others came from him or something or other like that. They clearly can change their gender, I guess. That confuses me. Like, just pick one and let's be done with it. So I know how to refer to you. If I say he or she, like, don't be confusing me with all your changing and whatnot. Oh no. What else happened? Yeah, then that's basically it. I feel like Yuzuriha is looking at Sagiri like sideways a little bit. I think she's trying to test whether Sagiri cares about Gabimaru or not. Because at one point when they were talking about going after him or something, and she's like, why should we do that? And that samurais should not, like a Simon, should not care about the criminals or something or other like that. And she was looking at Sagiri as she was saying that Sagiri should not be caring whether Gabimaru is alive or dead, but you know that she cares. And then at the end there, Gabimaru wakes up with Mei by his side, and then there goes something dragon. The blade dragon. The blade dragon and his assignment showed up, and apparently they're about to fight. Oh, and Chobe's got out of the hole that I threw him into, and he was assuming that they will be turning into flowers by then, but then nah, they got out. So at least they're I'm about to say at least they're still alive. And then I remembered things and I'm like, whatever. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, the link is gonna be in the pinned comment, so you can just click on it and you can watch it right now, and you can also catch up with all my previous Hell's Paradise episodes. The link is gonna be in the pinned comment as well. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. If you always hide your pain, you'll make it through the rain. I'll never give in how I